Hey everybody, I want to show you a little hack to get some information into blocks in ADL that isn't kind of inherent. You wouldn't really figure it out unless you kind of knew the back door. And I'm going to show you the back door to get this information in. And I'll tell you what I'm building right now. I'm building a real simple exponential moving average crossover. Not a great deal to it. I'm using the analytics block, and I'm using the closing price. I've got the last four trailing closing prices, so I'll actually only need the last two for what I'm doing, but got four in there. Then I have some logic built in over here for the buy and sell logic, but that's not the point of this video. The video I want to show you how to actually get information into this value extractor block, because what happens is the value extractor block is a limitation. The feed to it only brings in 20 instruments at a time, so you can't really see it when you're trying to bring it in, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So here in the value extractor block for the close, it's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty simple because I'm using the analytics 0, which is analytics 0, and I'm using the close underscore I. That's kind of a formula that's built in there, and you'll see it in the drop down list when you're creating this. And I'll show you where the problem actually lies. That's always there. That one's easy to get to the close. But the result of your technical indicator is hard to pull out sometimes because you don't necessarily see it. Let me show you what I mean by that. So if I go into this value extractor block where I am calculating the exponential moving average, which is great, fine and dandy, that's what I said I did here, exponential moving average, blah, blah, blah. See, the name of that is analytics 0, result underscore I. Okay, now I want to pull that into here. Great, I've got it in right now, but if I take this out, you can see if I go to the @ symbol, I'm not going to see analytics 0 and result I. I've got analytics band bottom, band median, that's for Bollinger Bands, top, duration, close, high, hist, low, MACD, open, result. Oh, there is result. Look at that, there's result I. So I do have that, so I can just get in there just like that. Ah, see, and now it's gone again. See, it gets kind of kludgy. That list generates on the fly, and you don't always find what you're looking for. So now, even though I saw a result I just a second ago, now it's gone. What do you do? Well, you're just going to type it in. So since result I isn't there, and that's why I need analytics 0, result I need to go pull that in. So again, it's not showing up on my list. Even though it was there a second ago, it gets goofy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type that in. I'm going to go ANALYTICS 0. I'm going to go dot RESULT underscore I. Oops, I got to type that in correctly. Result underscore I. Now this does me no good at all right now. You can see I still have an error here in the compiler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an @ symbol in front of this, and there it is. There is the formula I need. And this works for all different formulas. Like if you have a bunch of different components in that analytics block, you're going to find it. That's the way to do it. You have to know what the cadence is to actually write that in, and know that it's analytics 0. It's the name of the block, analytics 0. Then it's the name of the indicator, whatever indicator you pull out, add it in there. You can get it in that way. So I click save now, and you can see this is working just fine. So now I have the analytics, and I have the exponential moving average here. I'm going to click start. And hopefully it pops through here. Waiting for it to get going. And that's kind of all there is to it. But what I'm going to show, why isn't that going anywhere? It started. Let's pause this and start it up again. I'll pause that and try and start it again. Look at what I'm using right now. I'm using the Bitcoin perpetual contract at Deribit. And there it is. Now it's popping through. And now you can see I've got I had to wait for a price update because that's not really trading that much. But what I got was the close, the most recent close. I have the close going 1 back. I have the close going 2 back, close going 3 back. And I'll show you I actually got all that, so I'll walk through it since we're here. What I have here is analytics block for, I have a value extractor block, and I'm pulling the analytics 0, close 1. You click in there, see the formula, close 1, boom, 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 just like that. And then right here, to get one back from that, I have this calling into close one. So this is calling into close one. So it's going to pull this data point out before this data point refreshes. And I do that by sending a message through the end here. So I get data point 4, data point 3, data point 2, data point 1. So these guys daisy chain back to pull this data point back. So this is the most recent close. This is the close 1 previous. This is close 2 previous. This is close 3 previous. Now just update it again, and you'll see what I have. Again, the most recent close. So we take down close 1 below, close 2 before, and 3 before. Now doing the same thing for the exponential moving average. This is the exponential moving average. And I pull it out of here, the result 0. And now this, since I'm sending a message here out of the loop block to tell us, hey, loop through and pull it out, it's going to update this block first, which pulls from this block, and this block's going to pull from this block. This block's pulling from this block. So the whole key behind this is to daisy chain this back, because I want these blocks to update before this one does, because this one's going to have the most recent, and these ones have to basically copy that and write it down. So that's why how you kind of daisy chain that back. And what's going on up here is I've got a, what is this, loop current index is greater than 0. What is that for? That's basically saying that this index is greater than 0 because it starts off with no data at all, so it's going to be kind of locked. So this is kind of another hack to get that to actually show a data point before you actually have a data point in here. Otherwise, your whole logic is just going to freeze. We can talk to that another time. And essentially, I've got a if-then block here that if loop 0 current index, I'm sorry, no, if this loop 0 current index is greater than 0, then I want the loop current index, which is going to be 1 because I've got it seeded into 1 here, and it's going to be that data point, or it's going to be 1, so 0 or 1. That just makes sure this index is always populated with a data point. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of kludgy. And if I use a solid 1, it's not going to loop, so I need it to loop. Or if I just use the number 1, it's only going to go through one time. By using this, it's going to do this index output, which is over here, and it tells it to loop through and go through 4 times. So I go through 4 times and get historical data. And the nice thing with the loop block is I don't have to wait for, this is 1 minute bars going back 5 of them, but what it does, I don't have to wait a full minute for that data to populate. It's going to populate right away, and it's going to give me the historical data right away, which is kind of nice. My logic down here, just in case you're curious, is this is my cell block. I'm taking the input, which is the loop, which is loop 0. What is loop 0? Loop 0 right here. So exit. Once a data pulse comes through here, it's going to populate through, and it's going to go into this branch block. What's the branch block do? The branch block is saying, you know, let's unwrap this so you can see it more clearly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unblock this, or ungroup this, so you can see it more clearly. What this whole logic is doing is, click on it, click. If close 1, which is right here, is less than EMA 1, and close 2 is greater than or equal to EMA 2, all right, well now I want to sell, because obviously the closing price has moved below the exponential moving average, so that's my sell signal. Real simple stuff. This is not a trade recommendation, nothing like that, of course. This is just simply some ways to get around and build stuff in ADL. And the buy side logic basically does the same thing. So I'm going to loop this back. I'm going to loop this back up now, block it back up. Create it as a group. I'm going to virtualize it. While I'm virtualizing it, so every time that signal comes across, it's going to produce a new instance. I don't have any sell-side logic on there, so I'm not taking profit like that. I should, but I'll build up some other time. Virtualize that. Buy-side logic is just the same thing, just the other side. Okay, see the logic there. If close 1 is greater than EMA 1 and close 2 is less than or equal to EMA 2, true, false. There you go. So, yeah, that's all there is to it. Real simple. But the trade logic is what I was trying to get to. What I was trying to get to show you is just this hack, how to get in that data point, since it's not necessarily presented to you in the drop-down list when you're trying to find information, a data point to put into your value extractor block. So hopefully you learn from that. If you have any questions, just let me know and pick it up from there. Everyone have a good day. I'm out of here.